Hey guys, this is Captain Charlemagne from Captain Charlemagne's Models. I'd like to thank you for joining me today. So let's head over to the bench and see what we're going to be doing for today's project. Hey guys, and welcome back to the bench. So today we're going to continue on in part 2 of our first look at the 1 in 350 USS Texas Pontos detailed up kit. So what do you guys say we open up this box here and see what all we're going to get? So let's open it up. First things out of the box is the stuff to help keep it safe while it's in transit. So first thing we're gonna pull out, close the box, back up real quick, so because this is the instructions. And so first thing we'll see is that the instruction manual for the Pontos is very different from the instructions for things like the actual model. It's a whole lot bigger. So go ahead and let's see, just close up the one side real quick because we can get to it in a minute. So first we're gonna have our whole index telling us what all is coming into the box. So of course we got some 40 pieces of the 40 millimeters, some 44 oilicans, pretty much telling you everything you get in scribe brass. Other contents include a stained wood deck, 232 pieces of the scribe brass, 4 sheets of photo etch, 95 resin pieces, and 6 is a sheet of dry transfers. So let's go ahead and open this more up with. So I'll move this out of the way for now since we're not using it at the moment. So first thing it's going to be showing us is of course where our wood deck is. And it's pretty much telling you exactly where all this stuff's going. And it's also so one thing it's showing you is, for example, where your chains are. It's the purple squares telling you to remove before adding the wood deck. So you're removing the I want to call them bollards. I'm not sure if that's actually what it is, but you're removing these off the corners, and you're also removing the molded on anchor chain, and you're doing the bollards all around the actual ship. Next after that is pretty much you're adding on the new brass ones on each one of the spots that the previous ones were on, so it seems. Something I've learned while watching other videos for people who do go with the detailed up kits is when you're working with the detailed up, also have the regular instructions out. This is mainly due to the fact that where it'll tell you, for example, where it says on here brass 26 may be something different in a actual kit, although yeah, on the actual kit this is something that's been removed, but you I'm guessing would get the idea. So wherever a piece you're going to be using, be it a plastic piece that you want to replace with a brass one, so just look over both, because in the Pontos kit the piece may be numbered differently than what's actually in the actual model kit. But that's pretty much what it's telling you here, is you're pretty much just setting up everything, such as your ammo boxes across the ship. You're also adding on your more bollards. I swear that's what I want to call them, bollards. So next, you're down the bottom, you get instructions on how you're going to build your derricks, and also your shell box. So where on the top it mentioned the shell box, this is pretty much where you're gonna see how that. You also get some depth markings and it gives you and it tells you where exactly you're putting the depth markings on the front, back, and middle of the hull. So that's very nice. Turn it around. Same thing here. So for this, it's pretty much telling you how to build up your aircraft catapult. So the whole one side here seems to just be focusing on building the catapult for the midship. A midship 14-inch gun. And then you have what is your final result. After that, you start working on building up your derrick crane. I believe that's what it is. So it's pretty much going into good detail on how to build everything up. You will, of course, only need according to this, you will only need a few of the plastic pieces. So, with that, we finish this page. We're gonna move on, and it's pretty much giving you more detail. So for here, it's talking about where you're building the bridge. So on the bridge, you'll be removing about 11 millimeters off of the rear of it, and then pretty much where you have your wood deck on it, and then you have all this added detail going into the bridge to give it more depth. So I'm guessing like these pieces here are all windows. Then of course, after that, you're moving on to adding on ladders, as well as railing. And you're pretty much following the same routine throughout the part here. So more railing, ladders, floater net baskets. I'm guessing that's what those are. If what the little arrows here that call them, that is it, or if it's just something else and that goes on to these. Then you're moving on more. But yeah, this whole one side of this sheet is pretty much just giving you an idea of what exactly you're doing, how you're doing everything, it seems, for the bridge. And it's all nice, it's colored, it tells you exactly what you're removing. So, and adding on, it's quite nice because you get in color and you're actually able to make it out more than if it was probably on the actual regular sheet. So flip it over, and you're still continuing on with working on the bridge, which by the end you get all this lights in the rooms hitting the page and making it shine too much. And by the end you get this whole nice gray piece with all this shiny stuff to it. The Bratz PE literally gives it that nice shiny look to it. Definitely gives it more detail than if, in my opinion, you were to use the regular just plastic. Following on from there, like before, so this side's pretty much just, so you're doing your funnels, midship tower. Okay, so that's what that's called, a midship tower. So stuff for your boat deck, the superstructure deck, such as also adding stuff for your guns. More floater net baskets, some barriers. And in the very bottom corner here is how you would build up an antenna, TDY antenna. Oh, there was a second side to this one. Okay. So with this one, it's like I just said, so similar things, working on the main mast, which seems to be what this entire whole side's pretty much going on about, is you're building up your main mast. Following on from there, this whole one side is pretty much describing everything for building up your 14-inch gun, doing things for the 3-inch, and as well as the 40 millimeter. And here's where you get stuff that you can easily replace for so the resin cutouts, pretty much, not resin cutouts, the resin replacement parts that you can use instead of going with the plastic ones. Or you could even go with your you know, I just looked at this. So I'm pretty sure this for the 20 millimeters is this maybe scribe brass, I'm not sure, maybe. And then after that, it's pretty much going into a corner telling you stuff for your at the front of the main deck. Let's flip it over again. So your radar, some staffs, and your Kingfisher. And then it's pretty much, after that, it's showing you the whole part of the middle of the ship and more detail that you'd be adding on and where exactly it goes. Which, to be honest, I'm not sure if that was helpful at all, because I'll be honest, this is going to be the first time I work on a Pontos kit. So this is going to be a learning experience, not just for all of you, but also for me. And this is something I look forward to trying out. So with those out of the way, let's open the box back up and see what all we're going to get in the box. So first thing out of the box, you have the bat is this baggie right here. And what's coming out of here is pretty much all your resin parts. So you got things such as your quad 40 millimeters in here, as well as which I'm guessing is maybe things for your, so these might actually be the barrels for it. I'm not completely sure. With how small the pieces in this box are, I may or may not use them, and I may actually use the plastic for that. Here you get more resin, and well, I'm not impressed with these pieces. I will most definitely not be using these. Once I figure out what exactly they are, I will be making sure I use the stuff that comes in the kit. So, next baggie we get, open it up, and it seems in this baggie, it's all, everything such as our davits, and a lot of gun barrels, as well as the anchor capstans and all the pieces that go to help rope off the ropes and stuff when the ship's in port. Put these in the bag, don't want to lose them. That's a lot of stuff to possibly misplace. Following that comes out is our wood deck. Nice blue wood deck. And I will admit, I was kind of worried. Mainly because I thought I was gonna end up getting the almost wood tan wood deck, and I had actually been looking into getting the blue deck, but as soon as I saw that we got a blue wood deck with this, that just threw all that having to look away, because we got exactly what we needed. So with that, you also got, I believe these are they might be the dry transfers, or they're just regular decals. So you got all these numbers for it. Why they got so many different numbers, I don't know, because you only need the 35 for, I think, two on 4 sides of it, so the front and the rear. And you also got your depth markings that go in the 6 different places on the ship, so the front, on the left side, and on the back. Following on from there, we get all 4 sheets of our photo etch. It's shiny even while it's in the thing. And holy crap, that's a lot of photo etch. So with this, counting our sheets that we get in our kit, that's a lot of photo etch. So it's pretty. So all the photo etch is pretty much everything that we can replace. So that's ammo boxes. That's the superstructure. Some of the superstructure parts, such as the mast. You got your radars. Of course, you got as we mentioned before, something that we were going to be taking apart and doing. After we take them off, you get doors. Got ladders. You got pretty much everything that can go into making a nice looking model of the Texas. So with that done, I thought I'd quickly make mention of the plans we're going with from here on. So from here on, it'll be the actual building of the model. So before we get into discussing that, I do want to make an announcement that next week there will not be a video on Texas. That's because I'm going to be busy, and it's also let's see, today, I believe, yeah, I think next week, the 4th is next week, which is my birthday, so I won't be doing anything then, but next week I have plans, so I will not be doing a model, and I also will be most likely priming all the parts that come with the kit. But and drilling, doing some drilling. So there won't be any videos on that because there won't really be anything to see. But when we do come back, so let's see, the week after, we will be starting, so we'll have the hull painted, the holes drilled out where we need them for the portholes, as well as where the lights are going to be going. Those should all be drilled out as well. I may not drill all of them out in time and have to add them as I go. But yeah, so in 2 weeks time, we'll begin the actual assembly of the hull. Then we'll be working on removing parts on the deck and adding on some of the photo etch to replace those parts, which is my plan to have at least in 2 weeks 2 videos doing that. So building up the actual hull, so things like the propeller shafts, the fins, the as well as adding on the bulkheads, and then moving into doing the deck before the wood deck gets added. But those are the plans I have. We shall see if we can keep to them, but that is pretty much everything for this video. I would like to thank you all for joining me today. I hope you all have a nice day and a nice week, and look after yourselves and take care. So this is Captain Charlemagne, and I am signing off.